Welcome to ForexTV.com. It's Wednesday, October 24th. I'm Remy Hokie for your New York Forex Market Buzz. In today's North American session, the U.S. dollar is trading mixed with euro dollar at 142.44 as of 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, dollar yen is at 113.98 yen from 114.92 yen yesterday, and after seeing weakness at 113.18 yen earlier today. Dollar yen has continued to track movements in U.S. equities, which have taken a hit on the heels of U.S. existing home sales data, and also due to Merrill Lynch reporting a $7.9 billion write-down to the value of subprime mortgages and CDOs. This led to Merrill's $2.3 billion loss from continuing operations during the third quarter. Joining us now is George Davis, Chief Technical Analyst at RBC Capital Markets. George. Good afternoon,
Remy.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Well, we're continuing to see weakness in housing data here in the U.S., with existing homes down 8% in September to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 5.04 million. But with the Dow down on the day, there is risk aversion, and we're seeing the yen move accordingly. So let's start out with your levels for euro dollar, as well as the yen against the U.S. currency and the other high yielders.
Sure. In terms of key price levels to watch right now, euro, we are further protracted up. We have 140.96, and to the top side, we have resistance coming in at 144.42. Taking a look at dollar yen, we have support in dollar yen at 112.03 with resistance at 116.58, and then moving on. Yen crosses, we have support in euro yen at 159.61, a level that as risk aversion increases in the marketplace. And to the top side, we've got resistance coming in between 164.62 and 167.52 with euro yen under some downside pressure as equity markets sell off and carry trades get cut back. Also, for Aussie yen, we have resistance at 157, and finally for Canada yen, we have support at 115.83.
Well, let's move on to the UK currency. Euro sterling is currently flat after a session low of spot 69.37. Tomorrow we have the BOE's semi-annual financial stability report. So for sterling dollar, if you could briefly touch on euro sterling and also the US dollar against the sterling.
Yeah, sure. Taking a look at sterling, very similar outlook technically as we have for the euro right now, in the sense that we are in a protracted uptrend. We do have support for the pound at 202.93 versus the US dollar, and the recent 206.51 is the most relevant resistance level to watch as we move into the end of the week. Looking at euro sterling, we have downside support coming in at 68.94 right now, and in terms of resistance, we have resistance that comes in.
As we draw closer to the end of the week, we still are awaiting the U.S. new home sales data, and as we inch closer to the Halloween FOMC rate announcement, George, if you could tell us about fundamentals and event risk, what do Forex traders need to keep in mind, and where do you see opportunities in the coming session?
Sure. I guess tying everything in with the Halloween theme, I think things are looking rather scary out there right now, in the sense that the real estate data that we got this morning in terms of existing home sales continues to indicate that we're seeing a slowdown in the real estate market. And I think the biggest implication going forward for the market is that it's likely that we have not seen the bottom yet, and there's still more damage to come with respect to the housing sector. And tomorrow we've got new home sales, which will be very important for the market. General consensus expectations center around 770,000 new home sales for the month of September. Obviously, I think given today's data, the market is sort of expecting a little bit more downside risk there. And obviously, if we continue to get weaker numbers, that's going to bode very, very poorly for market sentiment as well as the U.S. economy and the U.S. dollar as we move forward. So I think that's going to be a very important focal point in the market tomorrow. And then on Friday we have University of Michigan confidence for October. Obviously there's going to be some potential fallout with respect to the slowdown in the real estate market and what that's going to mean for the consumer. So in that respect, that number is going to be important as well. Market's expecting a print of 82 for that. Now, in terms of how that relates back to the currency markets, I think we continue to see elevated levels of risk aversion. Obviously, the larger than expected write-downs from Merrill Lynch sort of reinforce.
Thank you very much for your insight and analysis, and have a good afternoon.
You're very welcome. Same to you.
That wraps it up for your Forex Market Buzz with George Davis, Chief Technical Analyst at RBC Capital Markets. I'm Remy Hokie. Join us later this afternoon Eastern Time for PM Exchange right here on ForexTV.com.